It's often something that they've been pondering, possibly just at the back of their mind for a long time. It's usually driven by a generosity of spirit and a desire to make a difference, a desire to create change in the world, make the world a better place. Sometimes that's because they've seen adversity themselves or themselves or someone they know has been affected by a particular issue, whether that be an illness or fallen on hard times or something else that has forced them to confront or consider how fortunate they have been and their capacity to make a difference. Whilst they may have had that desire and may even have been giving or contributing in some way to community for a long time, sometimes their capacity to get engaged in what we might call structured philanthropy comes about because something else changes in their life. They may have sold a business, they may have inherited some money, or for some other reason found themselves with more money than perhaps they had ever expected, or at least sufficient to feel like they now have enough to share with others and to seek to make a difference on a more substantial scale and perhaps in a more structured way. When people start out on this, often they go into it with good intentions and not much more. So, you might give to something you know, someone you know, a cause that's touched you, and be satisfied that giving the money away is enough. And if people stay with it long enough, they often find that that doesn't feel like enough. There might be something more. There's a sense that maybe they could achieve more. Maybe they could make a greater difference. And that's often, the time where we might get involved, particularly with some of those living clients, where they might seek out the granting advice and the granting knowledge that sits within our team at Equity. Look, for the most part, it's a pretty fulfilling journey, a pretty fulfilling experience. Up until recently, it's often been something that people have only done through their wills, so through their estate. They've missed out on seeing that, getting that fulfilment. Or alternatively, it's been something they've done at the end of their career or when they've retired. So towards the end of their career or when they've retired. And it's at a point in time when you're starting to think about a whole lot of other things. Most of their life to that point, or their adult life to that point, has been about making money. Or making a living to support their family. This gives them an opportunity to start to look to make meaning in life, have that opportunity to make sense of the world, to start to ponder one's own legacy. Sometimes also that coincides with maybe the birth of a grandchild or something like that, and gives you cause to think about the future of that generation. Some of us fear we don't have enough to give away, but most of us feel like we've got enough to share. And that's true, I think, for many people. That sharing might just be about volunteering somewhere or opening up your home or doing something to help others. But for many of us, actually the capacity to give away money is within our reach. And I know, for example, with Equity Trustees, you can start a sub-fund with as little as $20,000 and see that money, the income earned on that money given away each year. So it is, I think actually, Australia's a very fortunate country. And so the capacity to get involved in philanthropy and structured philanthropy is within the reach of many of us.